Hello, 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 welcome back to Hunter Tune. Today we have a Honda Del Sol. Everybody, or Hunter Tune's favorite, Del Sols. Always seem to get the attention here on the YouTube channel. But we are tuning this one today. It is a built-up single cam, D16 Z6 with the Speed Factory no-notch long rods and Viterra pistons. It also has the Speed Factory Speed Savage cam, or Street Savage.
Street Savage. Get it right.
Yeah, whatever. Jeez. Street Savage camshaft. It has the Skunk 2 Pro Series intake, Hunter Tune fuel rail, and this guy's got some old school Hunter Tune injectors in it. It's got the normal style truck injectors, and it has a 4-bar Speed Factory map sensor on it. It has a VS Racing 6262 from huntertune.com. It also has 44mm wastegate that you guys can get on my website. I don't know what manifold this is. It kind of appears to be like a CX Racing. Big 3-inch downpipe, 3-inch exhaust, but the tip is a little restrictive, I think. It looks like it necks down right at the tailpipe a little bit. So we'll see if that hinders performance at all today. It is on a Honda S300. It's got E85 in the tank with a Walbro 450. Yeah, so to start off, we did adjust the cam gear because this guy was set at -6. So we're going to start at 0. So we just loosened up these bolts and we moved the gear over to 0, and we're going to get our ignition timing set. This does have an MSD blaster coil. These things really don't do a whole lot. These like aftermarket coils or whatever. The stock Honda coil is actually pretty good. The problem with the stock distributor a lot of times is the igniter. The igniters get hot, and then you have, you know, spark issues and stuff like that. So we'll see how this guy does today. And we're definitely going to be limited to fuel system here with the normal style decaps. These are really only like a 700-ish cc normal style truck injector. So hopefully we can make over 300 horsepower and get this thing ripping. He did warn me he was going to switch actually to the Hunter Tune 1500s, but he did tell me unfortunately it does have like a stock clutch in it, a stock-ish clutch. So we're going to see where it goes with these injectors. And we'll get a good idea of the power curve with this ginormous turbo on this little motor. But I'm really curious to see how that cam is going to do, because me and Trevor both have been kind of eyeing up the Speed Factory stuff quite a bit. We did get a pair of their head gaskets for our single cams, which will be coming soon.
But no cam.
No cam yet.
We can do that later though.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna get my laptop plugged in. His laptop, for some reason, I'm gonna show you guys quick. I was using his laptop because it was already in the car, and I went to download the file and it was corrupt. And then I reloaded it and then it was fine. And when I go to adjust stuff, it doesn't allow me to adjust for some reason. So I brought my laptop here and I'm gonna plug mine in, and hopefully I don't have the same issue. Also, huge shout out to Eric. He said thanks for all the informative and entertainment videos. He sent over the little fender piece for my EK hatch, and I'm gonna go put this guy on real quick before we get tuning. This was the only body piece that I was missing for the EK hatch that I picked up. So all right, so we got the cam gear moved to 0. I got a pretty good map in it right now, and we just did our first pull. We didn't film it, but just kind of wanted to see where stuff was at. Really low timing. Keep this little single cam safe from popping head gaskets. I don't really like to put a lot of timing in these motors. So it's on 16 degrees and like 12 pounds, and surprisingly makes pretty good power. Around 276 horsepower, and the power curve starts around 5,500. Full, you know, peak torque isn't till about 61. But we do have a decent amount of boost around 5,500. I'm not even filming this well. Let's see here. Let me bring this down. We'll synchronize these up. There we go. So that's what the power curve is looking like so far. And it is a little wavy through here. So I'm actually going to put 2 degrees of timing in it. I'm going to do this same exact pull and not touch anything else. I think it's going to flatten out a little bit and get rid of some of these dips in power. Like I said, because it doesn't have barely any timing in it right now, we're going to put a little bit of timing in it, and we can check for two things. We can see if the car picks up power, or if the power curve, torque curve flattens out. It gets rid of those little flat spots, and we can also see if the boost drops. So currently, like I said, it's like 12 pounds, and if we put timing in it and the boost drops, it liked the timing. So that's what we're going to do on this next one. Let's see how it goes. But other than that, it's running really good. The only thing I had to do is I set the gear at 0 and set the ignition timing like normally. He's already got plugs in it, gap down to 18 thousandths, so going smooth so far. All right, so that one, we made a little bit more peak power, but we actually lost power almost everywhere else. So I don't know if it maybe has a little boost leak or something weird going on. Because the first pull was a little bit better, but this went flat and then it like spiked up. So I'm gonna compare the data logs quick and see what happened here. Right. So like I said, I put 2 degrees in it. And peak boost here was like 12 pounds, pretty much the same as the last one. If we go back to the last pull, made literally like the same boost, but I want to see what happened in here. 60. Like right around 6 grand, we were making more power with the first pull, which made 10.3 pounds, and then 6 grand on this one was making, yeah, about the same boost. But you can see here the timing was lower, so I might pull the timing back out of it. It didn't seem like it wanted it, so we'll pull the timing back out of it, and we'll see if we can't maybe just rev it a little bit higher. That was 7,500 limiter on that first one, but probably spin it like 8,000 maybe. We'll see. I'm gonna pull the timing back out. I might try to put some boost control in it and see if that helps.
Maybe it doesn't like the timing because there's not enough boost.
Here you go. We snore.
You suck.
it fucking, I pulled the timing back out of it, and it picked power back up. Right here, where the red and the brown. You see that right there? That's so weird. Especially on like this low a timing, you wouldn't think that it was over-timed. 16 degrees on 12 pounds. But yeah, I mean, it picked up a little power on the top end because I spun it just a little bit higher, 293 horsepower, and we got rid of that little dip right there, but it did not pick up any boost. So I'm gonna try 55% duty cycle and see if it picks up boost with that. All right, so making pretty good power, but we want to make more power, and we got to turn up the boost to do that. So this car has a Speed Factory 4-port boost solenoid on it, and I'm assuming it's plumbed right. I'm hoping it's plumbed right. So we were checking the wiring, and I went into the Hondata under the outputs or test outputs, and you can click it on to see if it starts making some buzzing noises or vibrations, and it wasn't doing anything. So we traced the wiring, goes all the way through here. Here it is, and then runs into the car, and I found out why it's not working. So here is the wiring for the solenoid. One of these pins needs to go to A11, one of them needs to go to 12 volt power. So this one is going to A11 right here. This one is grounded to the ECU bolt. So instead of it being grounded to the ECU bolt, we're gonna find a power supply and feed it 12 volt power, and then we should get some boost control out of it and be able to make a little bit more power.
Oh, okay. We gonna double heat this bitch or what?
No. You need a little more length, buddy.
Not much.
You'll burn your fingers.
I'm used
off.
to the heat.
Give her. Dabble, do ya?
Hopefully there's not a fuel leak.
Good?
Yeah.
Pull it off. Fuck waiting for the soldering iron to heat up. She solid?
Not solid as she get.
We're just gonna shove it in the fuse box and try it again. All right, so the solenoid is buzzing. Let's see if the turbo makes more boost. Alright, so I just got the spark plugs changed and got them gapped down, and I think this is going to be a good one. So this car making really good power. Granted, it has a pretty small power band, but it still is making very good power for the setup. I can't wait to do this with my single cam and really push the limits. But this one's running great. We're almost out of fuel system. Let's see how much more power we can get out of it before we run out of injectors. These are like the old school decaps. I don't even really sell them anymore because it takes a lot more time for me to obtain them, kind of thing. But let's see what she does. Well guys, looking really good. About tapped on injector. I'll show you the data log here, but that was 20 pounds, 410 horsepower, and it ain't done making power. The first pass I made, after doing the plug change, it got kind of rich, so I had to lean it out, and it picked up big. Between the pink and the blue, that's about a 10% fuel change because it was rich after I did the plugs. But then I cleaned that up, and then she really came alive through the middle there. Yeah, 408 horsepower on the second run, but we did hit a boost cut right at 20 pounds. So I'm going to get rid of, or not get rid of, I'm going to turn the cut to like 22 pounds and leave the settings kind of where they're at. And yeah, like I said, injector duty cycle, let's check that out. All right. So if we go to our graph here, only 10 degrees of ignition timing, 7,200 RPM. Let's see, we'll have to define template here to see duty cycle. Air fuel is not working, so we can go to duty. Yeah, it's got all of it. So it's out of duty cycle pretty much at like 7 grand. It was still holding fuel though, even at 100% duty cycle. So I think it'll be okay on this boost level. You know, everybody says you're not supposed to run injectors at 100% duty cycle, but Christian's car back in the day, that thing was on like 120% duty cycle like its whole life. and it still held good air fuel. I think as long as you're holding good air fuel, fucking let it eat. But it is running out on the top end, so I might have to turn it down just a smidge, but we'll see. Gonna clean up a couple more things on it, but not too bad, guys. 410 horsepower was our best run on 20 pounds of boost. This little Street Savage cam seems to be working pretty good. Big 6262 turbo, small power window, but nonetheless it is working really good. I'd like a little bit more power band myself, but you guys will have to stay tuned and subscribe to my YouTube channel here, Hunter Tuned, and like this video to help bring some knowledge to the Honda community. Share it with all your friends on Facebook and Instagram and all that kind of stuff. But I am actually in the process of building my own single cam, and I'm going to do something a little bit different. Not everybody is going to, it's not your typical Vitera build. It's going to be a little bit different, and we're going to see if we can't crack 500 horsepower with that one, and put it into the 10s in the quarter mile with a big power band. So that's kind of my goal with that setup. But like I said, you guys will have to stay tuned for that. And if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Check out some of my other videos. And like always, have a great night and a better tomorrow, guys. God bless. We'll see you later.